The alarm goes off at 5:47 a.m., 3 minutes before it needs to. Marcus Chen's internal clock never fails him. 7 years of military precision don't just disappear because you trade combat boots for work boots. He silences it before the second beep, careful not to wake the kids. The apartment is dark, quiet, except for the hum of the ancient refrigerator in the kitchen. He sits on the edge of his bed for exactly 30 seconds. Not because he's tired, though he is, bone-deep tired, but because these 30 seconds are his, the only moments in his 16-hour day that belong to him alone. Then he stands, makes his bed with hospital corners sharp enough to satisfy any drill sergeant, and begins. If you're enjoying this story so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Drop a comment telling me where in the world you're watching from. I love hearing from you. The bathroom mirror shows a man who looks older than 34. Dark circles under brown eyes that used to be sharper. A jaw that needs shaving but won't get it until the weekend. He splashes cold water on his face, brushes his teeth, changes from his t-shirt into the navy blue uniform polo that reads Secure Guard Services in white letters across the chest. Security guard, not FBI special agent anymore, not the man he used to be. But that's fine. That's the choice he made. He moves to the kitchen, starts the coffee maker, a $15 machine from Walmart that sounds like it's dying every morning but hasn't quit yet. While it sputters and hisses, he pulls out the meal prep containers he organized Sunday night. Oatmeal for the kids, portions already measured. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for their lunches, cut diagonally because Emma insists triangles taste better. His own lunch, leftover chicken and rice from yesterday's dinner. The math runs automatically in his head now. Groceries this week, $73.42. Rent due in 6 days, $2,350. Electric bill sitting on the counter, $127. His paycheck deposits Thursday of $1,890 after taxes. Car payment, $320. Phone bill, $85. Insurance, $240. He has $847 left over for the month after fixed expenses. That's for gas, school supplies, anything the kids need, and exactly 0 room for error. The coffee finishes brewing. He pours it into a thermos, adds the exact amount of sugar that makes it drinkable without being a luxury. Black coffee would be cheaper, but he's not a monk. $2 a month for sugar isn't going to break him. 6:15 a.m. Time to wake the kids. Emma's room first. She's 7, and she still sleeps like she's falling through space. Arms flung wide, covers kicked off, stuffed rabbit named Mr. Hopsworth clutched against her chest. Marcus sits on the edge of her bed, touches her shoulder gently. Emma, baby girl, time to wake up. She groans, burrows deeper into her pillow. Her hair, thick, dark, beautiful, is matted on one side, wild on the other. Sunday is hair day. Today is Wednesday. He's got 3 more days to manage the tangles before the deep conditioning treatment that takes 2 hours and all his patience. Emma, he says again, firmer but still gentle. You've got school in 90 minutes. Let's go. 5 more minutes, she mumbles. You said that yesterday. You know what happened? She peeks one eye open. I had to skip breakfast. That's right, so let's not do that again. She sits up slowly, Mr. Hopsworth falling into her lap. Is it oatmeal day? It's oatmeal day. With honey? With honey. She smiles, and just like that, the day feels manageable. Her smile does that, makes the exhaustion worth it, makes the math less terrifying, makes everything okay. Next is Daniel's room. He's 10, and waking him is easier. He's already sitting up when Marcus opens the door, reading a book by the light of his small lamp. Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, for the 3rd time this year. Morning, Dad. Morning, Dee. You sleep okay? Yeah. Daniel closes the book, keeping his finger on the page. Can I finish this chapter before breakfast? Marcus checks his watch. You've got 8 minutes. Then you need to brush your teeth and get dressed. Deal. Back in the kitchen, Marcus heats the oatmeal in the microwave, portions it into 2 bowls. Emma appears first, wearing mismatched socks, one with dinosaurs, one with flowers, and her school uniform shirt buttoned wrong. He doesn't correct her yet. Pick your battles. Sit down, baby girl. Let's eat. She climbs onto the chair, swings her legs. Daddy, can we have pancakes on Saturday? We can have pancakes on Saturday. With chocolate chips? Let's see how the week goes. Translation: if there's money left over. She's 7. She doesn't need to know that chocolate chips are a luxury item calculated against the grocery budget. Daniel joins them, sits down without being asked, starts eating immediately. He's quiet this morning, which isn't unusual. Daniel processes the world internally. Always has. Marcus learned not to push. They eat in comfortable silence. The only sounds are spoons against bowls, Emma humming between bites, and the eternal hum of the refrigerator. This is Marcus's favorite part of the day. All 3 of them together, safe, fed, okay. At 6:45, he clears the bowls, rinses them, loads them into the dishwasher that only runs when it's completely full because water isn't free. Then he turns to Emma. Come on, baby girl. Hair time. She groans dramatically but doesn't resist. Sits in the kitchen chair while Marcus gathers his tools. Spray bottle with water and leave-in conditioner, wide-tooth comb, brush, hair ties. He learned how to do this from YouTube videos when Emma was 3 and her mother, his wife, died in a car accident that still doesn't feel real 7 years later. He sections Emma's hair carefully, sprays it damp, works through the tangles starting at the ends and moving up. She winces once, and he pauses. Sorry, baby. It's okay, Daddy. He continues, more careful now, gets her hair into 2 neat ponytails with matching purple scrunchies. Not Instagram perfect, but respectable. Good enough. Go brush your teeth, both of you. They scatter. Marcus checks his watch again. 7:02 a.m., right on schedule. He packs their backpacks, double-checking folders and homework. Emma has a spelling test today. She studied last night. Should be fine. Daniel has a book report due Friday. He's already finished it because Daniel doesn't procrastinate about anything. The kids return. Teeth brushed, Emma's shirt now buttoned correctly. They grab their backpacks and Marcus herds them toward the door of their second-floor apartment. The carpet in the hallway is stained and threadbare. The building smells like old cooking and mildew, but it's safe, it's affordable, and it's theirs. They walk down to the parking lot where Marcus's 2012 Honda Accord waits. Scratched paint, broken passenger side mirror, but the engine runs. He bought it for $4,800 2 years ago. Best decision he's made. The drive to Emma's elementary school takes 12 minutes. She chatters the entire time about her teacher, about her friend Madison, about a butterfly she saw yesterday during recess. Marcus listens to every word because this is what matters. Not the bills, not the exhaustion, not the way his back hurts from standing 8-hour security shifts. This, right here. His daughter's voice, bright and alive and completely unaware that life is hard. They pull up to Riverside Elementary at 7:35 a.m. The drop-off line is chaos. Minivans and SUVs, parents in business clothes, kids with designer backpacks. Emma doesn't have a designer backpack. She has last year's clearance model from Target, and she's never complained once. Love you, baby girl, Marcus says as she unbuckles. Love you too, Daddy. She leans over, kisses his cheek, and bounces out of the car like gravity doesn't apply to her. He waits until she disappears through the school doors before pulling away. Daniel's middle school is another 8 minutes away. The drive is quieter. Daniel stares out the window, that book still in his lap even though he's not reading it. You okay, Dee? Yeah. School going okay? Yeah. You'd tell me if something was wrong, right? Daniel looks at him then, and Marcus sees something in his son's eyes. Not fear exactly, but awareness. Daniel knows things are tight. He's 10, but he's not stupid. He notices when they don't eat out, when Marcus counts change before buying gas, when the answer to, "Can I get this?" is always, "Not right now." "I'm fine, Dad," Daniel says. "Really?" Marcus nods. Doesn't push. "All right. Love you." "Love you too." Daniel exits at Washington Middle School, shoulders his backpack, and walks toward the entrance with the confident stride of a kid who doesn't get bullied, doesn't cause trouble, just exists quietly in the middle of everything. Marcus watches him go, then checks his watch. 7:51 a.m. He needs to be at work by 8:30. The office. Building he guards is downtown, 22 minutes without traffic, 35 with. He'll make it with time to spare. He drives, coffee thermos in the cup holder, radio playing quietly. NPR. He used to listen to sports talk, but sports feel frivolous now. NPR keeps him informed, keeps his brain engaged, reminds him there's a world beyond paychecks and bills. The office building is a 15-story glass and steel structure downtown. Marcus parks in the employee lot, walks through the back entrance, and signs in at 8:24 a.m. Early. Always early. "Morning, Marcus," the day shift supervisor calls. Roy, 63 years old, retired police officer, good man. "Morning, Roy." "Kids get to school, okay?" "They did." "Good, you're on lobby duty today. Should be quiet." It's always quiet. That's the job. Stand at the lobby desk, check IDs, sign in visitors, watch security monitors, respond to absolutely nothing, because nothing ever happens. 8 hours of standing, watching, existing. Marcus takes his position at the desk. The lobby is pristine. Marble floors, floor-to-ceiling windows, modern art sculptures that probably cost more than his annual salary. People in expensive suits walk past him without making eye contact. He's furniture to them. Part of the building. That's fine. He doesn't need their validation. His phone buzzes at 10:30. Text from Emma's teacher. "Emma did great on her spelling test." 100%. You should be very proud. Marcus smiles, texts back. "Thank you." "I am." He is. So proud it physically hurts sometimes. Lunch is at noon. 30 minutes. He eats his chicken and rice in the break room, scrolls through his phone, checks his bank account even though he knows exactly what it says. 847.32. He closes the app. The afternoon drags. More people passing through, more IDs checked, more silence. His feet hurt. His back hurts. But he doesn't complain because complaining doesn't pay bills. At 4:47 p.m., his relief arrives early. Marcus signs out, walks to his car, starts the drive to pick up the kids. Emma first. The pickup line at Riverside Elementary is even worse than drop-off. He waits 15 minutes, watching other parents in nicer cars, with newer clothes, without the weight of constant calculation visible in their shoulders. Emma appears, running toward the car with Mr. Hopsworth's ear peeking out of her backpack. She's glowing. "Daddy, I got 100 on my spelling test." "I heard. I'm so proud of you, baby girl." She climbs in, buckles up, launches into a detailed recap of her entire day. Marcus listens, drives to Daniel's school, and pulls into the pickup area. That's when everything changes. Daniel isn't at the usual spot. Marcus scans the crowd of middle schoolers pouring out of the building, doesn't see his son. He pulls forward slowly, checks again. Nothing. His phone rings. Daniel. "Hey, Dee. Where are you?" "Dad." Daniel's voice is tight, wrong. "I'm at the principal's office. There's a cop here. He's saying you need to come inside." Marcus's entire body goes cold. Military training kicks in. Assess the threat. Calculate options. Maintain control. "Are you okay? Are you hurt?" "I'm fine, but Dad, they're saying—" Daniel's voice drops to a whisper. "They're saying you have warrants." The world tilts. "I'm coming in. Stay calm. Don't say anything else." Marcus parks, tells Emma to stay in the car with the doors locked. She protests, but he uses his command voice, the one that doesn't allow argument. "Stay. Here. I'll be right back." He walks into Washington Middle School, moving fast but not running. Running looks guilty. His mind is racing. Warrants? Impossible. He's never broken the law, not even a speeding ticket in 5 years. This is a mistake. The front office is small, cramped. The secretary looks up, recognizes him, points toward the principal's office without a word. Marcus opens the door. Daniel sits in a chair against the wall, backpack on his lap, face pale. Principal Henderson, a thin woman in her 50s, stands behind her desk looking uncomfortable. And next to Daniel, in full uniform, stands Officer Craig Whitman. Mid-40s, buzz cut, arms crossed, expression hard. "Mr. Chen," Whitman says. Not a greeting, a statement. "Officer," Marcus replies carefully. "What's this about?" "Step outside with me, sir." "I prefer to stay with my son." "I'd prefer you step outside." Whitman's hand rests on his belt near his handcuffs. Not on them, but close enough. A message. Marcus looks at Daniel. "It's okay, D. Just wait here." They move into the hallway. 2 more officers appear from around the corner. Backup. 3 cops for a school pickup. Marcus's training screams warnings. "Marcus Chen," Whitman says, pulling out a tablet. "Age 34, residence 2847 Maple Street, apartment 214? "That's correct. You're under arrest for failure to appear on multiple traffic violations." Marcus's mind blanks for half a second, then focuses. "I don't have any traffic violations." "According to county records, you've got 3 unpaid tickets dating back 18 months. Total fines, $847. Whitman smiles slightly. $840 plus court fees. That's what, basically your entire checking account? The specific number stops Marcus cold. How does this cop know his bank balance? "I've never received any tickets." "That's what they all say." Whitman pulls out handcuffs. "Turn around, hands behind your back." "Officer, I have 2 children. 1 in my car, 1 in this building. I need to make arrangements." "Turn around." Marcus doesn't move. Can't move. If he's arrested, what happens to Emma sitting in the car? What happens to Daniel? "Sir, I'm asking you to comply. I'm asking you to verify these supposed tickets. Run my license. Check your system." Whitman's jaw tightens. "I don't need to verify anything. I have an active warrant." One of the backup officers, younger, shifts uncomfortably. His name tag reads Morrison. He glances at his phone, then at Whitman, then away. "The warrant was issued in error," Marcus says, keeping his voice level. "I've never missed court because I've never been ticketed." "Save it for the judge." Whitman reaches for Marcus's arm. Marcus pulls back slightly. Not resisting, just creating space. "My 7-year-old daughter is in my car. My 10-year-old son is in that office. I need to call someone to pick them up before you process me." "Should have thought about that before you broke the law." Principal Henderson appears in the doorway. "Officer, perhaps we could allow Mr. Chen to make arrangements for his children. This is a school. We can't have—" "Ma'am, step back inside. This doesn't concern you." "It absolutely concerns me. That's my student." The situation is escalating. Marcus can feel it. That edge where everything goes wrong fast. He's been trained for this, lived through worse in Afghanistan. But that was different. That was combat. This is his kid's school. "Officer Whitman," Marcus says carefully, pulling out his wallet. "Before you arrest me, I need you to know something." He produces his credentials. Not a driver's license, an FBI badge. Special Agent Marcus Chen, Federal Bureau of Investigation. For 3 full seconds, nobody moves. Whitman stares at the badge. His face goes from confident to confused to pale. The backup officers exchange glances. Morrison actually takes a step back. That's fake," Whitman finally says, but his voice has lost all certainty. "It's not fake. Call the San Antonio field office. Ask for Asac Rodriguez, authentication code Delta 7 Romeo." You're a security guard, Whitman says, but he's not sure anymore. I'm FBI on administrative leave. Deep cover operation that ended 4 months ago. I'm on mandatory rest and evaluation while I transition back to active duty. Marcus keeps his voice calm, professional. The security job is my cover employment during transition. Whitman looks at the badge again, then at Marcus's face, then at the badge. His hand has moved away from his handcuffs. Sir, Morrison says quietly, we should verify. Shut up, Morrison. Sir, if he's federal. I said shut up. Principal Henderson steps fully into the hallway now. Officer, I think verification would be appropriate given the circumstances. Whitman's radio crackles. He ignores it. His face is red now, not pale. Anger replacing shock. Administrative leave for what? Whitman demands. What did you do? That's classified. Classified? Whitman laughs, but it sounds forced. Convenient. Call the field office. They'll confirm my status. Whitman doesn't move, and Marcus realizes something terrible. This cop doesn't care if the badge is real. He's gone too far to back down now. Pride, ego, whatever, he's committed. Let me see that badge again, Whitman says. Marcus hands it over. Whitman examines it carefully, turns it over, holds it up to the light. Then he hands it to Morrison. What do you think? Morrison studies it. Sir, it looks legitimate. The seal, the badge number, the hologram, this isn't something you buy online. Could be evidence from a crime scene. Could be stolen. Sir, I'm arresting him for possession of federal credentials while impersonating an officer. Marcus's stomach drops. You can't be serious. Turn around, hands behind your back, now. Mrs. Patterson's apartment smells like cinnamon and safety. The moment Marcus walks through the door, Emma launches herself at him like a missile. He catches her, lifts her up, holds her so tight she squeaks. Daddy, I was so scared. I know, baby girl, I know. But I'm here now. I'm okay. Daniel stands back, arms crossed, trying to look tough, but his eyes are red-rimmed. Marcus sets Emma down, pulls Daniel into a hug. The boy resists for half a second, then collapses against his father's chest. They said you were a criminal, Daniel whispers. They were wrong, and we're going to prove it. Mrs. Patterson, 72, gray curls, fierce loyalty, watches from her kitchen doorway. Those police had no right treating you like that. No right at all. Thank you for taking care of them. Always, Marcus. You know that. She pauses. But you need to tell me what's really happening. Those men outside in the black SUV, they're not police, are they? Marcus glances out the window. The protection detail. Vance kept her word. They're FBI, here to keep us safe. Safe from what? Emma tugs his sleeve. Daddy, are the bad guys coming? Marcus kneels down to her level. No bad guys are coming, baby girl. Those men outside are the good guys. They're making sure nobody bothers us. But why would someone bother us? If you're hooked on this story, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Your support means everything and helps me bring you more emotional stories like this one. Daniel speaks up, voice harder than a 10-year-old's should be. Because Dad knows something. Something somebody doesn't want him to know. Marcus looks at his son. Really looks at him. When did Daniel get so perceptive? So aware? You're right, Marcus admits. I was working on something important before I took the security job. Some people want to make sure I don't finish that work. So finish it, Daniel says simply. You always tell us not to give up when things are hard. Marcus smiles despite everything. You're absolutely right. They gather their things, backpacks, homework, Emma's stuffed rabbit. Marcus thanks Mrs. Patterson again, promises to explain everything soon, and leads his kids to the SUV where Vance waits. Emma stares wide-eyed at the federal agents. Daniel studies them like he's memorizing their faces for later identification. Mr. Chen, Vance says formally, We're relocating you to a secure location. Temporary housing until we neutralize the threat. For how long? However long it takes. That night, they end up in an FBI safe house 20 miles outside the city. 3-bedroom, ranch house, nondescript neighborhood, armed agents rotating shifts outside. It's nice, nicer than their apartment. Emma explores every room like it's Disneyland. Daniel is quieter. He sits at the kitchen table doing homework while Marcus makes dinner from the stocked refrigerator. Real groceries, fresh vegetables, meat that isn't on sale. This must be what normal people eat, Daniel says quietly. Marcus freezes, spatula in hand. What do you mean? Nothing. Daniel doesn't look up from his math worksheet. D, talk to me. I just mean, we don't usually have food like this. Fresh stuff. I know it's expensive. Marcus sits down across from him. Daniel, we have everything we need. I know. I'm not complaining. He finally looks up. I know you work really hard, Dad. I see you counting money. I see you checking the bank app even though you think I don't notice. I know things are tight. Marcus's throat constricts. His son, carrying this awareness like a weight. Money's going to get better soon, Marcus says. When I'm back on active duty with the FBI, the pay it's different, better. We'll have more. Were you always FBI? Since before you were born. I only took the security job because I was on leave. Because people died. Daniel says it matter-of-factly, not accusing, just stating. Marcus nods slowly. Yes, because people died, and I blamed myself. Was it your fault? I thought so, but I'm learning maybe it wasn't. Daniel returns to his homework. Good, because you're a good dad. You shouldn't blame yourself for things that aren't your fault. Marcus reaches across the table, squeezes his son's shoulder. No words needed. 3 days later, the investigation accelerates. Vance brings Marcus into the operation fully, shows him the evidence they've compiled. 7 FBI agents dead or discredited over 18 months. All of them worked cases touching a ghost network called Cornerstone. Cornerstone is a corruption ring inside federal law enforcement. Agents, prosecutors, judges, all compromised, all working together to obstruct investigations, protect criminals, profit from chaos. Marcus studied Cornerstone during Operation Nightfall. The domestic terrorism cell he infiltrated had connections to someone federal. He documented everything, sent reports to Rodriguez. Those reports disappeared. Rodriguez is Cornerstone, Marcus says, staring at the evidence board in Vance's makeshift command center. We believe so, but he's not the only one. There's at least 6 others in the FBI alone. Vance taps a photo. This is Special Agent Linda Torres. She processed your resignation paperwork. I never resigned. No, but she made sure the system recorded that you did. Marcus studies Torres's photo. Mid-40s, decorated agent, 15 years of service. Why would she turn? Money, power, maybe blackmail. Cornerstone recruits vulnerable people and exploits them. How do we prove Rodriguez is involved? We don't, not yet. But we're going to set a trap. That evening, Emma struggles with her homework at the kitchen table. 3rd grade math. Fractions. Marcus helps her, but his mind is elsewhere, running scenarios, calculating risks. Daddy, you're not paying attention, Emma complains. Sorry, baby girl. Show me again. She explains the problem. He guides her through it. They finish together, and she beams. Can we watch a movie tonight? Maybe tomorrow. Tonight I need to work on something. Her face falls. You're always working. The words hit harder than they should, because she's right. Even when he's physically present, his mind is always somewhere else, on bills, on threats, on survival. You're right, Marcus admits. I'm sorry. Movie night, right now. You pick. Emma's smile returns instantly. Really? Really? Go wake up Daniel. They watch Moana, Emma's current obsession. Marcus sits between his kids on the couch, Emma leaning against his left shoulder, Daniel against his right. For 90 minutes, nothing else exists. No Cornerstone, no corruption, no danger. Just this. His children, safe and warm, and here. After the movie, Marcus tucks Emma into bed. She's nearly asleep already, Mr. Hopsworth clutched tight. Daddy? Yes, baby. Are we going back to our real home soon? Soon, I promise. I miss my room. I know, me too. But this house is nice. It has a backyard. Marcus smiles. It does. If we had a backyard, could we get a dog? Maybe someday. You always say, maybe someday. She's fighting sleep now, words slurring. But someday never comes. The truth of it breaks something in Marcus's chest. How many times has he said, maybe someday, about things they can't afford? How many promises deferred because of money, because of circumstances, because life is hard? This time it will, he whispers. This time, I promise. But she's already asleep. In the living room, Vance reviews files on her laptop. Marcus sits down across from her. Your kids are great, she says without looking up. They are. Must be hard, raising them alone. Marcus doesn't answer immediately. It's hard in ways he can't articulate. Not just the logistics, but the constant fear that he's failing them, that they're missing something essential because their mother is gone, and he's just one person trying to be two. Their mother. Marcus starts, then stops. Vance closes her laptop, giving him full attention. You don't have to talk about it. Jessica. Her name was Jessica. Marcus hasn't said her name out loud in months. She was a nurse, pediatric ICU, saved kids' lives every day. He pauses. Drunk driver ran a red light. She died instantly. Emma was 6 months old. I'm sorry. Everyone's sorry. Sorry doesn't change anything. Marcus looks at his hands. I was deployed when it happened. Afghanistan. They pulled me out for emergency leave, but by the time I got stateside, she'd been dead for 3 days. I missed the funeral, missed everything. Vance says nothing. Just, listens. Daniel was 3. Old enough to understand his mother was gone, but not old enough to understand forever. He kept asking when she was coming back. Marcus's voice cracks. I didn't know how to explain death to a 3-year-old. How did you? I didn't. Not really. I just held him every night until he stopped asking. They sit in silence. Outside, the protection detail changes shifts. A car door closes. Professional, quiet. Why'd you leave active duty? Vance asks. After Afghanistan? Because I was missing everything. Every milestone, every moment. Daniel's first day of school. Emma's first steps. All of it happening while I was deployed. Marcus meets her eyes. Jessica used to send videos. I'd watch them in between missions trying to remember what I was fighting for. When she died, those videos were all I had left. And I realized I was going to lose my kids too. Not physically, but I'd miss their entire childhood chasing bad guys on the other side of the world. So you came home. So I came home. Transferred to domestic assignments. Took the undercover work because it meant staying stateside. And it worked, for a while. I was there for bedtimes, for school events, for the normal things. He pauses. Then Operation Nightfall happened. You tried to save those civilians. I failed. You tried. That counts. Not to the people who died. Vance leans forward. Marcus, I've read your file. Every word. You're not the kind of agent who cuts corners or acts recklessly. What happened during that raid wasn't your fault. It was sabotage. I should have seen it coming. How? You were doing your job. You trusted your team, your intel, your agency. That's not a failure. That's how the system is supposed to work. She pauses. Cornerstone violated that trust. They're the ones responsible, not you. Marcus wants to believe her, wants to let go of the guilt that's been crushing him for 8 months, but it's not that simple. 2 people died because I didn't see the trap. 7 agents died because Cornerstone is erasing witnesses. You're not responsible for their evil. You're only responsible for stopping it. The trap is set 3 days later. Marcus, wearing a wire, meets with Rodriguez at a downtown coffee shop. Public location. Crowded. Safe. Theoretically. Rodriguez looks tired. 53 years old, gray at the temples, lines around his eyes that weren't there when Marcus first met him 6 years ago. "Marcus, good to see you." Rodriguez's handshake is firm, genuine, or seems genuine. They sit, order coffee, small talk about the kids, about how Marcus is adjusting. Then Rodriguez leans forward. "I owe you an apology." Marcus's pulse quickens. "For what?" "For not protecting you better during the Nightfall fallout. The resignation paperwork, I should have fought it, should have backed you up." "I didn't resign." Rodriguez blinks. "What?" "I never resigned. Someone forged my signature." Rodriguez's face goes through several expressions: surprise, confusion, concern. Either he's an excellent actor, or he genuinely doesn't know. "Marcus, I have the paperwork. You signed it in my office." "I was never in your office. Not for that. 4 months ago, Tuesday afternoon. You came in, said you couldn't do the job anymore, signed the letter." Rodriguez pulls out his phone, scrolls through photos. "I took a picture. Standard procedure for resignations." He shows Marcus the photo. It's him, or looks like him, sitting in Rodriguez's office signing a document. The angle makes it impossible to see the face clearly, but the body language, the clothing, everything matches. Except Marcus was never there. "That's not me." "Marcus, I understand you're going through something difficult. That is not me." Rodriguez studies the photo again, doubt creeping into his expression. "Then who is it?" "Someone who looks like me. Someone who had access to your office. Someone who knew exactly when to stage this." Rodriguez sets his phone down slowly. "You're saying someone impersonated you to forge resignation paperwork?" "Yes. That's—" Rodriguez stops, thinking. "That's insane. That's conspiracy theory level." "Is it? What about the fake traffic tickets, the warrants that don't exist, the arrest at my son's school?" Marcus leans forward. "Someone is trying to destroy me, and they're using our own agency to do it." Rodriguez is quiet for a long moment. Then, "Operation Nightfall. You sent me reports about federal corruption, connections between the suspects and someone inside law enforcement." "Yes." "Those reports disappeared. I logged them, submitted them up the chain. They vanished." "Who did you submit them to?" Rodriguez meets Marcus's eyes. "Deputy Director Vance." Marcus's blood runs cold. Vance. Who found him in jail? Who promised protection? Who's been running this entire investigation? Vance, who might be Cornerstone. Marcus leaves the coffee shop, mind racing. He can't go back to the safe house, not if Vance is compromised. Can't trust the protection detail. Can't trust anyone. He pulls out his phone, the encrypted one Vance gave him. Traces of surveillance software in the operating system. She's been monitoring everything. His kids. They're at the safe house with Emma doing homework, Daniel reading. Agents he thought were protecting them, but might be. Marcus runs to his car. Drives. Fast, but not reckless. Can't afford to get pulled over. Can't afford attention. He calls the safe house landline. It rings and rings. No answer. 23 minutes. That's how long it takes to reach the house. Feels like hours. The street looks normal. Suburban quiet. The protection detail SUV is still parked outside. Marcus approaches carefully. Military training active. Assessing threats, calculating angles. The front door is unlocked. Wrong. Always wrong. He enters. Silence. "Emma? Daniel?" No response. The living room is empty. Kitchen empty. His heart pounds as he moves down. The hallway. Emma's room? Empty. Daniel's room? Empty. The master bedroom door is closed. He opens it slowly. Deputy Director Vance sits on the bed, calm, composed, and on either side of her, Emma and Daniel, safe, unharmed, holding ice cream bowls. "Daddy," Emma's face lights up, "Miss Vance bought us ice cream." Marcus's relief is so intense he nearly collapses. Then the situation registers. Vance, alone with his kids. The protection detail, where are they? Agent Chen. Vance's voice is neutral. "We need to talk." "Where are my agents?" "Dealing with the situation. Sit down." "I'll stand." Vance sighs. "Kids, why don't you finish your ice cream in the living room? Your dad and I need to have a grown-up conversation." Emma and Daniel look at Marcus. He nods. They leave reluctantly, closing the door behind them. The moment they're gone, Vance stands. "Rodriguez called me. Said you accused me of being Cornerstone." "Are you? If I were, you'd be dead. So would your kids." She crosses her arms. "But I understand the suspicion. Trust is hard right now. Rodriguez said he submitted my nightfall reports to you. They disappeared." "They did, because I intercepted them before anyone else in Cornerstone could see them." Vance pulls out a tablet, shows him files. "I've had them this whole time. Kept them safe. Kept you safe." Marcus studies the documents. His reports. Complete. Unaltered. "Why not tell me?" "Because I needed to see who you'd trust. Rodriguez was the test." Vance sits back down. "He passed. He's clean. But the deputy director he reported to, not clean. 3 other agents in his chain of command, not clean. I had to let your reports disappear to protect you from the very people you were reporting to." "How do I know you're telling the truth?" "You don't. But ask yourself, if I wanted you dead, why go through this elaborate setup? Why save you from jail? Why protect your kids?" She pauses. "You survived because I've been running interference for 8 months. Every time Cornerstone tried to move against you, I blocked it. The resignation paperwork, I let it process to make them think you were neutralized. The fake tickets, I made sure they stayed in the system without escalating. I've been protecting you while building a case against the real traitors." Marcus wants to believe her, needs to believe someone is on his side. Prove it. Vance stands, walks to the closet, pulls out a box. Inside, evidence. Surveillance photos, bank records, communication logs, all linking 3 FBI executives to Cornerstone. "This is everything, 6 months of work, all pointing to the people who tried to destroy you." She hands him a photo. "This is your forger, Special Agent David Kern. He's been impersonating agents for 2 years. That photo Rodriguez has? That's Kern in your clothes, signing your name." Marcus stares at the photo. Kern does look like him. Same build, same coloring. Close enough to fool a camera. Where is he now? "In custody. We arrested him this morning. He's talking." Vance smiles grimly. "Gave us everything, names, dates, methods. Cornerstone is finished." Just like that. Not just like that. Like 8 months of careful investigation, 7 dead agents, and you surviving long enough to be the catalyst. She pauses. "Tomorrow morning, we arrest everyone. 23 people across 5 federal agencies. It's over, Marcus." The next morning, Marcus watches from FBI headquarters as the operation unfolds. Vance coordinates from the command center. Agents deploy across the city. Arrests happen simultaneously. Orchestrated, precise, overwhelming. Rodriguez is there too, cleared of suspicion, watching his agency purge its own corruption. "This is going to destroy morale," Rodriguez says quietly. "Good," Marcus replies. "Maybe we rebuild something better." They arrest Special Agent Linda Torres at her home, Deputy Director James Cartwright at his office, 6 prosecutors, 2 judges, 4 more FBI agents. The scope is staggering. By noon, it's done. Cornerstone is dismantled. The evidence is overwhelming, undeniable. And Marcus Chen, security guard, single father, Former agent accused of failure. He's vindicated. Completely. Vance approaches him in the aftermath. Your reinstatement paperwork is being processed. Full back pay for the 4 months you were forced out. Formal apology from the director, and a commendation for your role in Operation Nightfall. I don't want a commendation. I know, but you're getting one anyway. She pauses. What you want is to go home. Take your kids back to normal life. Is that possible? After everything? It is now. That evening, Marcus takes Emma and Daniel back to their apartment. It's small, worn, but it's theirs. Emma runs to her room, squeals with joy at seeing her toys. Daniel immediately pulls out his book, settles into his familiar reading spot. Normal. Finally, normal. Marcus starts dinner. Spaghetti. Simple, familiar. The kids do homework at the kitchen table. Everything the same as before, but different too. Lighter, somehow. Dad, Daniel looks up. Are the bad guys really gone? They're gone. All of them. All of them. Daniel nods, returns to his homework. Satisfied. Emma appears at Marcus's elbow. Daddy, now that you're FBI again, do we have to move? No, baby girl. We're staying right here. But you said when you got your job back we'd have more money. We will. So can we get a dog? Marcus looks at his daughter's hopeful face, thinks about all the times he said, maybe someday, about promises deferred and dreams postponed. Yes, he says, we can get a dog. Emma screams with joy. Daniel looks up, grinning, and Marcus realizes, this is it. This is what he was fighting for. Not justice in abstract, but these moments. These small, perfect moments. 6 months later, Marcus stands in his new office at FBI headquarters, Deputy Unit Chief, Counterintelligence Division. Corner office, real desk, actual. Authority. He's rebuilt himself. Not into who he was before, but into something different. Someone stronger. The commendation hangs on his wall. Right next to a photo Emma drew of their family. Marcus, Emma, Daniel, and their new dog, a rescue mutt named Justice because Emma thought it was funny. Rodriguez appears in his doorway. Got a minute? Always. Rodriguez enters, sits down. New case just came across my desk. Organized crime task force needs someone with undercover experience. Deep cover, 6 months minimum. Marcus considers it. 6 months away from Emma and Daniel. 6 months missing bedtimes and homework and ordinary moments. I'll pass. Rodriguez blinks, surprised. You sure? It's high profile. Career advancement? I'm sure. I've got 2 kids who need their father present. Career advancement can wait. Rodriguez smiles. Understood. He stands, pauses at the door. For what it's worth, Marcus, you're a better agent now than before, because you know what actually matters. After Rodriguez leaves, Marcus checks his watch. 4:47 p.m. Almost time to pick up the kids. Emma has soccer practice. Daniel has a book report to finish. Normal chaos. His phone buzzes. Text from Daniel. Don't forget we need poster board for my project. Marcus replies, already bought it. See you in 20 minutes. He gathers his things, locks his office, walks through headquarters feeling lighter than he has in years. The parking garage smells like oil and exhaust. His car is still the same beat-up Honda Accord. He could afford better now, but this one works fine. He drives to the school, parks in the pickup line. Emma spots him first, runs over with grass stains on her knees and joy on her face. Daddy, I scored a goal. That's amazing, baby girl. Daniel follows more slowly, backpack heavy with books, but he's smiling. They drive home together, Emma narrating her entire soccer practice, Daniel interjecting with strategic analysis. Marcus listens to every word. This is it. This is everything. When they pull into their apartment parking lot, Marcus notices something. A moving truck outside the building. A family unloading furniture, mother, father, 2 kids. The father glances over, makes eye contact with Marcus. Something in his expression. fear, carefully hidden. Marcus's instincts activate. Something's wrong. Not danger wrong, but someone in trouble wrong. But not tonight. Tonight is homework and dinner and normal life. He'll investigate tomorrow. During work hours, like a regular agent with a regular schedule and a regular life, they head inside. Justice barks excitedly from behind the apartment door. Emma squeals. Daniel smiles. Marcus unlocks the door, and his family pours into their small, imperfect, perfect home. Later, after homework is finished and dinner is eaten and kids are in bed, Marcus sits on the couch with a beer. First one he's had in weeks. He's earned it. His phone buzzes. Text from Vance. How's civilian life treating you? Marcus replies, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Good. Keep it that way. He will. Because he knows now. The real battle isn't against corruption or evil or conspiracy. The real battle is for these ordinary moments, these simple, beautiful, irreplaceable moments. He won. They all did. And tomorrow he'll wake up at 5:47 a.m., make breakfast, do hair, drive his kids to school, and go to work like every other parent in America. Normal. Finally, wonderfully, perfectly normal. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you loved this story, check out the other videos on your screen now. I think you'll really enjoy them. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next story.